Soul Garden.
Hello, your honors, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki, and a warm welcome to soulgarden.me, the most loving space on the internet. Come on down. Join us for office hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m., or my new office hours, Fridays at 12 noon, called Unite the Light. If you have your own sphere of influence, come down, share, tell us what's going on with your tribe. Now, we are wrapping up the Sun in Cancer this particular week. This is a transit both for all earthlings on emotions and for Librans, career. So emotions and career, which means for a Libran, their emotions have to be in alignment with their career, and careers have to feel good if you're a Libra. A Libra cannot have a career legacy that doesn't feel good, and if Librans don't manage their emotions, it can sabotage career legacy. So as we started, we were identifying what sabotage might be in play, where you need to grow up, where your career is not working. Then we moved into shopping for an emotional context that would work, shopping for a legacy that might be the right way. Then last week we stepped into an emotional, passionate shui where you were beta testing an emotional career direction. This week we're going to commit to a passionate shui. We're going to get into the full passion of it, which means you have to genuinely have passion and you have to be in play with what the laws are of your emotional responses. So by the end of the week, we will have in play a new emotional response system and a hopefully new direction for legacy or new decision-making policy behind your legacy. Now on Monday, Venus rules the day, so your home planet is giving you probably the most energy. Giving and receiving is what it's all about. You might have to respond differently emotionally to a career obstacle to take it to the piece. That doesn't mean you take one for the team, but you might have to innovate your emotional response. You might have to innovate your career response. So it's kind of a chess day to get to that piece. Emotions are very passionate on this day about your meaning and your purpose and your philosophies. They may or may not be interested in that, by the way. I'm just telling you so you know you're obsessed with it on this day. And Mercury is retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde means that we are shifting the polarity of our intellect. Remember, the intellectual state of awareness has two sides. That's the Gemini twin. So when retrogrades happen, we reverse the primary voice with the secondary voice, and they change seats. This reveals things we haven't paid attention to, truths, secrets come out. Things break down so we can see this secondary conversation that we have in ourselves. And so in the secondary kind of conversation about where you feel like you might fit in society, you're making some dedication of peace in career. On Tuesday, it's a cloudy day, but the moon then shifts into Cancer. So now suddenly, whatever it is you tried to hold peace for yesterday, now the volume goes up because emotions themselves pour into career legacy and your emotional response system. So we're getting real passionate Tuesday. This is the day of stepping into the passion, which is intuitively led because Neptune rules the day. So listening to your guides on Tuesday is how to get through the day. What comes to an interesting head is the Uranus versus Mars and Libra opposition. Both reach an apex of 8 degrees, and this means that you will come to an agreement between where you feel your relationships are going and where your ego has to go. Okay? So marriages and ego reach a peace agreement on this intuitive Pisces ruled day of the Sun in Cancer. So perhaps that peace movement is what leads to your ability to really understand where you belong with career. Maybe that had to be quiet first. Then Wednesday, it's Lightcast Day, the most powerful day of the month to lightcast our intentions. It turns into manifestation when the law of attraction is in play. And it's also a day of dedication. That's because the Sun and Moon come together. Those are the two intentions of I love and I feel. So when you love it and you feel it, it is most likely to happen, which is why people don't have to know anything about metaphysics in order to manifest. Just love it and feel it and it will happen, right? You know that from passionate people get their way. That's it. Well, for you, it's time to get passionate about your career and legacy intentions. It's time to get passionate about your emotional response system, which should all be based on supporting your decision, supporting your career. And on Wednesday, we're holding space and we're dedicating or committing to an emotional career path on Lightcast Day. On Thursday, it is now time to put into action. That is what you held space for on Lightcast Day. Mars rules the day, so you want to go ahead and raise your hand in class or go for the promotion or talk to HR or leave, give notice or whatever a symbol of action and moving forward is in your reality and belief structure, but you want to act and move forward. The moon itself moves into Leo, so your emotions now shift to social awareness and you get real clear on rethinking, I think, your social perspective. So you're really starting to question social perspective on this day. And on top of all this, we have a Yod, which is the God giving us the finger, in this case pointing to Pluto, Pluto, Pluto. What causes it? Well, Jupiter-Venus conjunction on the one hand, and today especially the moon conjuncting Mercury in Leo. So right now you're going to take the passion that you feel or don't feel, okay, for your place in society, because that's under question. You're going to take the expansion of the fact that meaning and purpose is expanding, your learning is expanding, this new open belief structure is expanding. And what do you need to do? You need to rethink the way you treat yourself. You need to rethink the way you self-nurture your own emotions. The Pluto pointing of the Yod is reconsider, and if you don't know what to do, listen to your intuition, reconsider, Pluto 7 degrees retrograde, your own self-nurturing approach. Reconsider. All right. Now, the last time Pluto was actually retrograde 7 degrees was July 26, 1766, 10 years before the American Revolution. So it's been a long time since Librans have thought about how to take care of themselves. Then we get to Friday. Friday is a day of holding space, Taurus energy, manifestation energy. This is the first day where law of attraction begins to come into play. Therefore, you need to hold space and stay on your emotional career dedication. No matter what the news looks like, you just stay emotionally committed to that. The moon in Leo makes you very social, makes you very emotionally sensitive to your reputation and your context and that sort of thing. And I just want to underscore this trine, which is in play for some time between Jupiter and Gemini and Mars and Libra, which means as your beliefs in yourself expand, you move forward with new Libra 2.0, which launches in your birthday, the new ego, the new promised ego, which is now coming online in beta testing. But as you take some steps with your new ego and put some courage on, then you can believe more. As you believe more, you get more courage. These are going to be working with each other until Witecki further notice. Then on Saturn Day, we are tested. This is the test. This is the test of we wonder if we've done the wrong thing, if we committed to the wrong thing, if we picked the wrong team, if we took the wrong job, if we, and that is the whole point. Remember, emotional response is half of the lesson. So emotionally respond appropriately in a positive direction for your future. And then staying true to what feels right with career direction is the way to play it. What's triggering you even more is the moon moves into your subconscious into Virgo, and so as a result you are triggered on a subconscious level. You might be afraid of the past repeating itself. This is an old holy moly test. And look what the universe has also provided. Not just this beautiful Yod into Pluto, but squares. Squares. So this looks like a Masonic symbol at this point, I think. It's like, oh, with Pluto all the high mighty. What does this say? It says, Libra, you've really got to reconsider how you self-nurture yourself in order for all this shift to happen. Okay, Pluto, 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 Pluto. Okay, and what happens is, what happens? Well, according to the universe, not only do you move the Yod, but you break the fears between taking care of yourself and your marriage, and taking care of yourself and following your Libra 2.0. It's a double win-win if you do the soul work. Then on Sunday, 0 degrees, we are in Pluto-ruled land. This is the one day of the month that Pluto rules the day. It's death today. Death of career legacy obsession, birth of social context obsession with Mercury retrograde, so you're rethinking it all anyways. So this is going to be an interesting cloudy day. You probably don't feel plugged into anything, but hopefully you do feel that your emotional response system is in check. You're not going to freak out anymore, and hopefully your career is on the right path. All right, Libra, that's all I got for this 7-day forecast, but I will see you in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.